We've got baseball from the home of the 2015 World Champs, Kauffman Stadium in Kansas City. Ought to be a good one here between the Chicago Cubs and the Kansas City Royals. Hi again, everybody. Matt Vasgersian. Welcome to the World Series here on the show. I'm joined by Eric Karros and Steve Lyons. And Steve, let's take a look at how these two ball clubs got to where they are.
Yeah, and top to bottom, I think both of these clubs have a lot of different guys that can beat you. It might not just be the stars that dominate this series. It wouldn't surprise me a bit if some of the lesser-known guys here wind up stealing the show. All right, the stage is set. The starters get their final tosses in out in the bullpen, and we've got a good one in store for you, folks. Play-by-play is coming up next. Guys get set to take the field. Let's join public address announcer Mike Carlucci.
And now, your defending World Series champion, Kansas City Royals.
And briefly here, a glance at the two starters who'll get the ball here in this one. With that, a look at the Cubbies starting lineup. Eric, who should we keep an eye on?
Yeah, you know, you have to be careful with Daddy Longlegs himself, Dexter Fowler. He doesn't let the pressure of the big moment get to him. He knows how to stay within himself and come through in the clutch.
Yordano Ventura, a right-handed native of the Dominican Republic, will be the starter. What do you have for us on him, EK?
Well, guys, he's got a career ERA under 4. For a starting pitcher, that is very dependable. They're just looking for a consistent start here in this one.
Dexter Fowler heads for the batter's box, and we are just about ready. Ripped on the ground to first. And he'll take this to the bag himself, and there's your first out of the ball game.
Well, that's a nice job right there to readjust to that curveball. I don't know if he was sitting on it or what, but he certainly hit it hard. Unfortunately for him, right at someone.
Ben Zobrist will stand in now for the first time here in this World Series, and he's a guy this club really needs to get going.
Yeah, it's been a tough October for him so far. He just seemed a little overmatched in the games that we've watched. It looks like he's just trying too hard, and sometimes that just puts more pressure on him.
Anthony Rizzo gets his first opportunity now in the top of the first with nobody on. Ventura into the windup. First pitch on the way. Bounce to the right into the loaded up infield. And the inning will continue as that's through for a 2-out hit. Chris Bryant set to take his first cuts with a man at first and 2 away.
Yeah, and he's going to have to find a gap to give that man on first a chance to score.
First pitch of the at-bat. And he gets ahead here with the fastball, strike 1. And there are our umpires calling balls and strikes is Mr. Earl Hendricks.
Yep, Earl is a well-liked umpire all around baseball by both pitchers and hitters. The reason for that, he's consistent, and his zone is kind of what you hope for. Yeah, it looked like he was going to breeze his way to a 1-2-3 top half, but back-to-back hits have turned the tables on him here with 2 outs in the visitors' first.
Line toward right center. And a dive, but he comes up empty, and this is big trouble now out in right center. Around third and being waved on home. The run scores from second, and not in time as the second run scores.
Well, this is what happens when you dig yourself a hole out there on the mound. This is all his own fault. And both of those runners are going to come around to score on what works out to be a 2-run triple.
Kyle Schwarber is into the box, looking to keep this first inning rally rolling.
Well, Matt, nothing better than adding on after a huge hit.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. And he takes a cold strike. 0-1.
Well, it's so important to be able to strike first in a postseason game. Get that first run in, especially when you're the team playing on the road. Hopefully you can take a little life out of this big crowd.
Hit hard on the ground to second. Throw is in time, and they're able to avoid the huge inning here as this side is retired. So it's 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and a runner left on. We'll move on to the bottom half of inning number 1. The Cubbies are in front 2-0. Line to the right side, and 2 quick outs here in the second.
The minute he hits that, he's thinking it's a base hit all the way, but it's one of those situations where you get penalized for hitting the ball too hard. And this stayed up long enough to find the outfielder's glove out there.
The product of throwing that sinker. Just about every time you swing at it, you're either going to hit the top of it or miss it altogether. And if you do hit it, you're going to be killing all the worms out there in front of home plate.
Alex Gordon is in with 2 away now as he looks at a called strike 1.
Wow, he is spotting that fastball on a dime here early on.
Swing, and he pops him up over toward foul territory. And this is going to wind up a foul ball. Into the windup, here comes the 0-2 pitch. Good job of holding up on the low ball there, and it's 1-2.
That big curveball is not an easy one to take on an 0-2 count. That's a great job of holding on.
Chopped down the first baseline, but it's a foul ball, says the first base umpire. Now a swing, and a ball popped high in the air over toward foul ground. And Rizzo able to make the catch, and the inning is over. Some of our nation's young minds and future leaders here in attendance. Yikes. More from Kauffman Stadium right after. Striding into the box, Anthony Rizzo. He reached on a single in his first try. Ventura's ready. Here's the first pitch. Oh, high, deep. That is a moonshot, folks. A long home run. A solo home run here for Anthony Rizzo. And the Cubs have taken a 3-0 lead.
And this is what you expect when you make it to the postseason. I mean, you expect the guys that have carried you all year to keep on producing, and sure enough, he comes through again and delivers a no-doubter here.
The Cubs get a run courtesy of Anthony Rizzo. We played 2.5. It's 3-0 Chicago. Here's a sinker to start him out, but he wouldn't bite. It's ball 1. And they'll try and end it here with an even 100 pitches. That one will get out of play, and the count evens up at 1-1. 2 out, nobody on. Grounded back up the middle. Russell has it. And after years, decades of futility, we can finally say the words. The Chicago Cubs have won the World Series.
And you know what? I bet the only thing they wish they could have done a little bit differently is win this thing in front of their home crowd. But you know what? I don't think anyone's complaining about that right now. They are a very deserving World Championship club, and congratulations to the entire organization.
Back now on the show. More reactions now to this series-clinching victory. And down on the field, we'll get a chance to watch the presentation of the Commissioner's Trophy to the new World Champs.